미디어 프로젝트 11주 3차 강의를 시작하겠습니다. 챕터 8은 대기업을 위한 파괴적 혁신 전략입니다. 세 번째는 구글 X의 사례를 연구해서 회사 내에서도 그러한 조직을 만들어서 실험을 해보는 것입니다. 구글 X 연구소를 설립하면서 구글은 신제품 개발에서 전형적인 스컹크웍스 접근법을 취했습니다. 구글 X는 그런 전통적인 방법에 두 가지를 추가했습니다. 첫째는 문샷 수준의 아이디어를 목표로 했습니다. 두 번째는 완전히 새로운 시장을 창조하기 위해서 획기적인 기술과 구글의 핵심 역량을 결합했습니다. 대기업들은 획기적인 기술들의 놀이터 같은 연구소를 만들어 비슷한 시도를 해보기를 강력히 권합니다. 회사를 위해서 완전히 새로운 시장을 창조하겠다는 목표를 세우고 새로운 제품과 서비스를 계속해서 실험하는 것입니다. 구글의 X 프로젝트 중에서는 크게 성공한 것도 있고 실패한 것도 있으며 잠정적으로 보류한 것도 있습니다. 여기서 구글 X의 자율주행 자동차 동영상을 보도록 하겠습니다.
We spend so much of our lives driving from place to place.
I'm just gonna stop.
Right here?
Yes! Save us a seat.
Shouldn't it be easier and safer to get where we want to go? Since 2009, our team at Google has been developing fully self-driving technology and testing it on real city streets every single day. Until, after more than 1 million miles, we were ready to take a big step forward. In 2015, we completed the world's first truly driverless ride on public roads. Just a person in a car, no steering wheel, no pedals, navigating everyday traffic.
Well, I've never been in Austin, Texas. Now I'm driving in Austin, Texas. It's a profound experience for me to be alone in a car. A very important segment of my life was cut away when my vision failed, and a self-driving car would give me a huge part of my life back.
This is just the beginning. We're looking ahead to a new way, a better way for everyone. Say hello.
많이 알려지진 않았지만 구글 X의 프로젝트 윙은 상당한 성과를 거두었습니다. 구글은 호주에서 커피를 주문해서 배달하는 것을 시연했습니다. 관련 동영상을 보도록 하겠습니다.
Canberra is the only place in the world where this is happening.
Drone delivery has been a dream for years. But in Australia's capital, the future's become a reality. That drone's on a mission. In its grasp is a package containing a hot coffee, and on its GPS is an address of an undercaffeinated customer.
Oh, look, I'm surprised that it's possible. To be frank, it's bloody ridiculous that you can order a coffee and have it in 3 minutes.
In Bonython, a suburb of Australia's capital, Canberra, Alphabet's Wing is conducting one of the most advanced drone delivery tests yet.
I hope that we're able to build, test, and show a service that both makes roads safer by taking vehicles off of the roads and also reduces emissions.
Tech companies worldwide have been interested in the idea of drone delivery for years now. Amazon did its first drop in 2016 in rural England. Chinese online retailer JD.com has delivered packages in rural China. But Wing's 25 drones in Canberra are pushing into new territory, delivering hot meals and hot coffee that need to be in customers' hands within minutes.
In going into this trial with Google, we are confident that we can have our product in the customer's hand in the original quality.
Paul Davis owns Kickstart Espresso. And yes, that's spelled with an X. To date, Kickstart has specialized in drive-through coffee. Now he's partnered with Google to test delivery via drone. The drone coffees haven't turned a profit yet, but the shop is counting on future potential of the technology. And Kickstart Espresso does have drone regulars.
We usually get breakfast, and when I've had work at night time, in the afternoon we've gotten dinner.
Felicity Dalzell and her partner, Catherine Strickland, are among the autonomous drone program's first users, and they're hooked.
With a young family and young kids, for me to just go and get a coffee to load 3 children in the car is really hard.
Ordering is done in an app, where users can peruse menus from both Kickstart and a Mexican restaurant that's also partnering with Wing for the test. The vendors receive, prep, and pack the order. Then it's sent off to the address the user inputs. Users even select the package's drop zone.
The worst spill I've had from a coffee is a little bit of drops on the top of your coffee cup.
The drones fly by themselves. No human controls them. They follow GPS coordinates. In the about 2,000 flights Wing has conducted to consumers, 5 flights were forced to land early. For the test, Australia's aviation regulator granted the company an exemption from the current drone rules. A spokesman for the regulator said no crashes or malfunctions have been reported so far. But safety isn't the biggest concern.
It's like an F1 Formula racing car. It's absolutely irritating.
Jane Gillespie is a local resident and a member of a group called Baniathan Against Drones, or BAD. She, like others in the group, felt like the drones started operating without warning. And on the weekends, she says the noise is the worst. She can hear them flying starting at 8 a.m.
Just this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Bolden Johnson says part of the issue is
The noise that the drone makes is a new noise that human ears aren't used to hearing at this point.
he added the company has already taken steps to quiet the drones, but Wing declined to let us film the less noisy propellers they're developing.
The noise is the number one issue at the moment, but if it's quieter, it doesn't get away with the privacy, the intrusiveness, the safety.
Nev Sheether leads the BAD community group. He and others are also concerned about the camera aboard the drone, what it's recording, and where the data is being sent or stored.
Our drones are taking a very low resolution photo only for navigational purposes on the bottom camera that is not seen in real time by anyone. It's equivalent to an airplane's black box. It's only used for debugging if there's an issue.
I don't think Wing can probably address our concerns. I mean, they'd have to stop flying drones, which they don't want to do.
In November, the group delivered a petition to the local parliament with more than 1,000 signatures calling on lawmakers to block future household drone delivery in Canberra. But Wing is planning to do quite the opposite. In the new year, the company plans to move its operations to a permanent facility just north of Canberra and scale up the delivery services. It will also begin testing delivery in Finland in the spring.
Oh, yay. I think in 5 years this is going to be everywhere.
위대한 아이디어는 이질적 영역이 교차할 때 나오는 경우가 많습니다. 대기업의 핵심 역량과 새로운 획기적 기술이 결합되면 기존 대기업들에게도 새로운 미래가 열릴 수 있는 잠재력이 생깁니다. 가장 훌륭한 사례가 3M입니다. 3M은 영구진에게 극도의 자율성을 부여했고 새로운 시장에 획기적 제품을 계속해서 내놓았습니다. 3M은 1902년에 설립되었는데 방수용 사포, 스카치 테이프, 마스킹 테이프, 탁상용 복사기 등 수많은 제품을 다양한 기술을 바탕으로 개발 및 생산하였습니다. 현재는 전자정보기술, 그래픽 관계 용역, 산업 및 소비재, 생명과학 등 4개 그룹으로 나눠져 있습니다. 가장 대표적 제품은 포스트잇과 스카치 테이프입니다. 3M이 현재 큰 관심을 보이는 것은 서스테이너빌리티, 지속성과 이노베이션, 혁신입니다. 관련 동영상을 보도록 하겠습니다.
We live in a time when the world is facing unprecedented challenges, whether it's the air that we breathe, the water that we're drinking, or the climate that we're facing. We're coming into a time when we expect to have over 9 billion people living on the planet, more and more requiring to live better and better lives. I believe that science is really the way to address these unprecedented challenges that we face.
3M's unique on a couple different dimensions. One is we're a science-based company, and so everything we do is designed in science and based on science. The second aspect that makes us unique is our collaborative culture. It helps our innovation model, for instance, because it helps collaboration. We get better ideas, we get more distinctive ideas, differentiated ideas, but also it helps us collaborate so that we make sure that we're bringing the best of 3M to our customers all the time. Sustainability at 3M is huge. We realized very early that sustainability can actually create business advantages for you as well as doing the right thing. And I think innovation matches that very well because sustainability is always pushing you to the next level, trying to do the next thing. And that fits very well with an innovation model in which you're trying to create differentiated solutions. We really wanted to push our product developers and our business and our new product launches to think about sustainability and how they can impact the world and really our customers.
With 50,000 plus products around the world, we now have a commitment in place that every new product we launch will have a sustainability value commitment. That means that from the very earliest stages of new product development, the ideas around sustainability must be considered.
So if we're making a sustainability value commitment, we're actually impacting the sustainability output of our customers and therefore the entire value chain. And so our impact can be magnified. A lot of our materials are now becoming more recyclable. We make roofing granules that can eat smog or convert smog and eventually reduce harmful emissions from cars and industry as well. We make air filtration, so you can imagine filters in smokestacks, but also filters for people or respirators for people.
Thinsulate, it's a thin insulation used to keep things warm or in some cases to keep things cool. It's a product that was born in the 70s and it's been used from gloves to ski jackets to hats, pants, shoes, to even shelters for either just tents or military use even. One of the secret sauce behind our Thinsulate product is that we use microfibers. So the fibers are a certain diameter compared to other insulating materials. So again, it's probably around how to use less materials to provide the same performance. I think the main portion of the circular economy is now we're using that in eliminating single-use plastic, and basically it's sort of from bottles, and now it's being recycled, and now it's gonna make your jacket warm. And the other thing we're evaluating is what happens to the end of life of a jacket. So what happens to the insulation material after you're done using the jacket? One way is to find a different application for it, but another way is figure out how to get it back into the earth where it came from.
One of the examples in the product trails is related to a product that people all around the world probably take for granted. It's our Scotch-Brite scouring sponges. Our teams have gotten together and identified that instead of traditional fibers, we could go with 100% recycled fibers.
When we're talking about Scotch-Brite, that's everybody's go-to product. And we know, I mean, a lot of our consumer work says that consumers want products that have a sustainable attribute, whether it's the recycled fibers or recycled packaging, but they don't want to give up any scouring or cleaning performance. So we knew we wanted to give them a sustainable product that worked exactly like the product they had before.
It's not as easy as just replacing one RM to the next.
We needed the reformulation to find that whole construction with all the different moving parts. When you change one piece, it kind of changes the way the whole system interacts. So there's the coating on there and the brakes that we put in to find that whole construction with all the different moving parts and that to make sure that the performance was the same.
One of the things that I enjoy most about working as a leader in sustainability at 3M is how passionate our employees are around sustainability.
There's nothing probably bigger than the sustainability challenges today. So I think there's a lot of 3Mers that are inspired and really passionate about trying to solve some of those problems because they're tough challenges, they're tough problems, and we want to solve tough problems.
We were extremely excited when the United Nations brought forward their 17 Sustainable Development Goals. And they're very well aligned with goals that we have as a corporation. And all of these things are pieces that, yes, we need to do individually, as individuals, as corporations, but the real impact comes when we partner with others. We recognize that we have the opportunity to make tremendous impacts. We are committed to making those impacts on our own, and we're committed to partnering with others to help expand that impact to more and more communities and more industries.
네 번째는 엑셀러레이터 및 인큐베이터와 파트너 관계를 맺는 것입니다. 지난 10년간 Y 콤비네이터에서 텍숍에 이르기까지 신사업 인큐베이터와 엑셀러레이터는 폭발적으로 증가했습니다. Y 콤비네이터는 2005년에 설립된 미국의 시드 엑셀러레이터입니다. Y 콤비네이터는 시드 머니와 자문, 인맥을 제공합니다. 매년 3개월 프로그램을 2번 운영하는데 보통 7%의 지분을 받고 자문 및 지원을 해줍니다. Y 콤비네이터는 수십 개가 넘는 시장에서 수백 개 이상의 기업에 투자했습니다. 2012년에는 포브스에 의해서 최고의 스타트업 인큐베이터 및 엑셀러레이터로 뽑혔습니다. Y 콤비네이터의 좌우명은 사람들이 원하는 것을 만들기입니다. 이 프로그램은 창업자들의 제품, 팀과 시장을 더욱 발전시키고 비즈니스 모델을 재정비하고 제품과 시장의 적합성을 달성하고 스타트업의 고성장을 위한 스케일링으로 확장하는 데 초점을 맞춥니다. 프로그램은 미리 선정된 벤처 투자자들에게 스타트업의 비즈니스를 발표하는 데모데이를 끝으로 막을 내립니다. Y 콤비네이터는 드롭박스, 에어비앤비, 코인베이스 등 수많은 성공 모델을 갖고 있습니다. 따라서 많은 스타트업들이 Y 콤비네이터로부터 투자를 받기 원합니다. Y 콤비네이터에서 신청을 해서 투자를 받기까지를 하나의 스토리로 만든 동영상을 보도록 하겠습니다.
I'm going to tell you the story how we got our company accepted to Y Combinator. Our best tips as well as the do's and don'ts. We are also something you don't want to miss. We've interviewed Y Combinator partner Justin Kahn on what he looks at when he's overviewing the applications. When we started a company, we thought since we had such a unique and great idea, we could just go to any investor and ask for money. Everyone gave us the same advice. Apply for the startup accelerator Y Combinator. A couple of days before deadline, we actually listened to the advice and applied. In the written application, we focused on 3 key things: that we're a diversified founding team and that we're solving a real-world problem we experience firsthand. We also described the product in detail, exactly how it works and solving this problem. This was our application video.
Hi there, my name is Matthias.
And I'm Jonas. We are out here in Los Angeles working on our next venture, GetAccept.
We are 4 co-founders with a huge passion for sales. And this time we want to change the way how salespeople work with quotations.
We all know each other well and have been working together for many years. Me and Matthias made an exit 2 years ago within marketing automation, and we got a lot of good learnings from that.
Now we're ready to step outside our comfort zone in Europe. And to support us, we have 2 co-founders back home in Sweden. Over to them.
Hello from cold Sweden. I'm Carl.
And I'm Samir. Right now, we're in a proof of concept here in Sweden, onboarding customers as we speak.
We're looking forward to taking our learnings to sunny California in January. Hope to see you there.
Hej då!
The interview takes place outside of San Francisco in Silicon Valley, more precisely Mountain View. We thought we could only send 1 or 2 persons from the team, but after asking YC, they made it quite clear that you should make every effort you can to be the whole team present. So we all flew over from Sweden a couple of days before the interview, and we decided to only speak English from that moment. After the interview, you go home and then you just wait. They reach out to you by phone the same evening, but only if you get admitted to the program. The hours passed and the confidence level started to drop. But suddenly, when we were going out to dinner, the phone rang.
Carl?
Hey, this is Aaron Harris from YC. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I wanted to say thanks for coming in and chatting with us today. We really liked meeting with you, and we'd like to fund you for the next batch at YC.
Yeah, likewise. We really enjoyed the chat with you guys as well, and we're extremely happy that you guys are going to fund us.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen the process that you're talking about. It is a nightmare. You guys seem to have a good take on it and good product built already, so we're excited to see what you do. A couple of things. First off, you're aware of our standard deal terms?
Yeah, we read them all. So yeah,
great. So it's $120,000 for 7%. Perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, so that'll just be orientation, get you guys set up in the system, start talking about the investment, all that. Okay, well then I will see you on Thursday. Great. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye.
You should of course always adapt to your own situation and listen to the people who really knows. Like Justin Kahn, partner at Y Combinator and founder of Twitch.
I think the most common mistake that people make in their YC applications is that they're not concise about explaining exactly what it is they're doing and why it's compelling. As an applicant, the key is to really quickly and concisely, both in your video and in your application, explain what you're doing and why it's interesting. Preparing for the interview: 1, get help from alumni who have been through the process before. 2, be prepared with concise explanations for exactly what your business is. And 3, know the metrics of your business really well. Well, we interviewed for our very first YC company over 12 years ago in 2005. And so I would say back then the process was a little bit less formal and a lot less competitive. And so I like to think that we got in at a time when we would be admitted, but today, if I applied again today, I probably wouldn't get in. So I don't know if you want to follow my example. One of the companies that stands out to me is a company called M. Taylor, which applied a couple years ago to YC, and I read their application. Their app, what it does is it's an iPhone app that scans your body and gets your measurements and can order you a custom shirt. And I went through that process during the application reading, but I didn't actually order because I didn't need a shirt. And it turns out they went through the extra work. They saw I had used their app, and they actually sent me one in preparation for the interview, and it fit perfectly, which was a big surprise because I wasn't sure if their technology would work. And eventually, we admitted them, and they've gone on to be very successful.
We also met up with Y Combinator-backed company SemProspect.
So we applied twice. The first time we got an interview but didn't get in, and the reasons being our market was too small. Our traction was only like 5K of ARR, and we weren't able to get across all the points we wanted to do during the interview. We answered other questions, but there's important points we didn't get across. The second time we had much better traction, 300K ARR. We had a thesis that talked about a much larger market, and we prepared ahead of time what are the top 5 things we really want to get across, and was able to hone in on those key points regardless of what kind of questions they asked us.
Being a part of Y Combinator is an awesome experience, so don't forget to apply, and when you do, focus on the founding team and making something people want.
We got a lot of questions how we make the vlog, so watch us next week and I will show you how it's done.